I'm Jen Dalton.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Hey, get ready for those early mornings at the bus stop.
Oh, yeah. It's back to school season for a majority of students. The bell rings for Tri-State's biggest district on Wednesday, CPS. So we thought we could help the students and parents prepare a little bit.
Ah, yes.
Yes, so we start our back to school coverage with a pretty common hack for moms and dads. Doctors at the Cleveland Clinic encourage parents to adjust their kids' sleep schedule. They say that you should bump up your child's bedtime by an hour each week until school begins. I know, it's hard. Another tip is to consider cutting out screens an hour before bed. That too is hard sometimes to do.
You guys are so cute.
And start each day with natural sunlight. Of course, unless the kids go back to school before. Some of those kids start super early when it's dark.
Yeah.
But parents should also try to avoid letting their kids have caffeine later in the day.
I refer to those instead as pretty common hacks for people who don't have children.
Some of those are hard. Trying to adjust the schedule back a little bit. Maybe
Cycle it back 1 hour per week heading into the...
It's good advice, though. If you could try to just maybe do it 15 minutes at a time, like every couple days. Like if they normally go to bed at 9, get it back to 8:45, just... Or whenever they're supposed, like if they were staying up until 10 or 11 in the summer and they're supposed to be at 9.
All great ideas, indeed. It's the difference between, reality and theory. Do you know what I mean? Just putting some of that stuff into practice is almost unrealistic. Now I'm sure there are people out there who do it, and your children are wonderful. I prefer more of like Lord of the Flies technique. Is you just turn them loose in the backyard with sticks, and they'll fall asleep eventually.
Unless you have my son,
sooner,
who never didn't nap, unless he was little, when he was little.
Right.
Oh, and people are like, oh, look how cute little Johnny's falling asleep on the couch. I'm like, that has never
happened ever.
He has energy from the time he wakes up,
correct,
until the time he just falls asleep, which if I let him stay up, it would be until midnight or whatever, where he'd finally probably pass out.
And then they're like, try to get your kids to bleep, blop, bloop. Really? How many kids do you have? How many? When do they go to bed? Well, this is what we do. You probably make your kids watch Caillou, too. Don't even get me started on Caillou. Okay. Yeah, no.
Is this an old man rant coming?
You know what? If ever there was a day for an old man rant, today's a day, because I'm all done. I'm not going to do it.
Okay, because Kim was getting ready for the button up there.
No, it's okay. You know how I feel about Caillou, though.
You know,
Caillou and parents who are like,
I don't know a lot about Caillou. What is Caillou?
It's a PBS show starring the worst character in the history of television.
I'm surprised. Oh, the old man rant. There it is. Kim was ready.
Have you ever seen Caillou?
It's back there?
Do you want me to get his cane?
His cane. Get his cane for this. Yes, please, Ben. Thank you.
Here's the thing about Caillou.
I can't believe I haven't seen Caillou because I went through a lot of PBS viewing with my son, but maybe do they not show it anymore? Oh.
Here's the thing about Caillou.
Do you want to hold some bourbon too?
If one of my kids ever whined the way Caillou whined, I'm gonna tell you right now, there'll be some trouble. There'll be some trouble. I don't want to hear you whine like that. I'll give you something to cry about. I can't believe you've never seen Caillou.
I think I have an image in my head of what Caillou looks like, but we never watched it. I don't think it was on. Oh my gosh, look how quick they are.
Okay,
That's Caillou?
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you right now, this is an updated version of Caillou. This is an almost 3D animated version of Caillou, but when it was a straight two-dimensional animation. I hope they went three-dimensional on Caillou's emotions and gave him something else other than whining all the time.
Why, he just kind of whined all the time?
Because right now Caillou looks like maybe I could hang out with him, but original Caillou, no.
He could hang out with his grandma that was in there. Sorry.
That was the meanest thing you ever said to me.
It's okay, we're the same age.
In the history of ever. All right.
Poor Amber, she spent 5-6 hours putting a show together, and we just blew out half of it.
Sorry.
Because of our Caillou rant.
Which had literally nothing to do with anything. Sorry. I'm sorry, Amber. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to hit. Let's talk about some other things. This, you might not have top of mind as we talk about going back to school, but kids start getting together. Somebody's going to get sick. It's probably going to be you, not the kid, right? COVID cases are on the rise. And there's a fear that as the nation heads back to school, there could be even more opportunities for the virus to keep spreading. 80% of infectious diseases spread by touch. And while kids aren't that great at washing their hands, they are good at touching things.
Oh, yeah.
And putting their fingers in their mouths and the mouths of others. They don't do that. Medical experts say the best way to protect yourself and others can be simple. Stay up to date on vaccines, practice proper cough and sneeze hygiene, and remember, disinfectant is your friend.
I'm going to need to take that from you because you're reminding me of Debbie Allen, give it to me, at the beginning of Fame. My favorite show of all time.
Fame
when
costs.
She says, fame costs. And right here is where you start paying and sweat.
You know what else that could be? Wait, I'll take it back too. Rafiki in The Lion King, he always had a stick when he went around. I was like, he was like, oh, Simba.
But you just keep hitting it on the floor and it's kind of like trash time. It's a little distracting. I've lost all control. Hey, back to school season.
Back in my day, we coughed into our hands, not our elbows. You can see what that did for us.
Back to school season means a lot of first day pictures. This is actually very serious. Of students with signs. You know how people put them up there like, hey, I'm in so-and-so grade and whatever. Well, the Better Business Bureau is reminding parents to keep personal information about their kids offline. So be careful. When you jump on the trend, some signs they have fill in the blanks for age, grade, school. Some even have like teacher and just different things. It puts a lot of information out there.
Social security number.
Yeah, don't do that for sure.
No.
The BBB says you shouldn't fill those out. You should also use a generic background for your pictures. Double check for a stray street sign, license plate, or address number to keep your child's location a secret. I mean, and I know some people are like, oh, you know, it doesn't. No, I keep it private. Nobody sees my stuff, but you just don't know what could get out there. So I've kind of shifted to I put, the grade, and that's about it.
And once you post it, like I tell my kids, once you put it out there, I don't care how private you think it is. Once it leaves your phone, and it's out there.
Yeah.
I don't care where you think it is. It's everywhere
Just be careful.
somebody wants it to be.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
And you can still do the cute pictures and all that good stuff. Just careful with the information.
Here's something for you. Said from a person who shares a lot on social media. You don't got to share everything.
Right.
Just show it to people.
People like to show the pictures of their. I like to show pictures.
You can text it. You can text it to your friend. If you're worried about it, be like, here, friends. This is my child. Take a look.
Well, then Friday, I want you to text me your dancing photo or your dancing video instead of putting it on the social media.
Well, that's a little different because I don't. People know where I work. If they're coming to get me, I'm toast. They could use that crane out back and just smash through the wall and
hole in the wall.
Pluck me right out of here.
No, I understand that.
But you know what I mean?
I do.
There's
right. Especially with children, you can not share that. And you're an adult.
Right.
You're a great big grown-up man.
That's right. Grown-up man. Hey, to room alone or to have some company? That's a big question in the minds of college students. We have a way to help you decide. Psychology.com has a roommate readiness test. God, come on.
Get it ready, Kim.
It's 11 questions to help gauge your noisiness, your cleanliness, and your politeness. It takes about 10 minutes to fill out, and at the end, it gives you a roommate IQ score from 1 to 100.
Get the old man button ready, Kim.
Why does everything have to be a thing? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to college and you're going to stay on campus, guess what you're going to have, Jen? A roommate. That's how it works.
Some people get, I don't know how they get
as
the
freshmen?
singles. Some people can at places. I don't know if you have, like, how it works. I always had roommates.
Amber says at OU.
At OU, you can have a single?
You have an option?
You have an option of a single?
I'm just thinking here, like at UC, they're so overcrowded. Like, I can't imagine you'd be like, I just want one for just me.
Right, I had roommates, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a ton.
You learned a lot about yourself and living with others.
I didn't have a roommate in my mom's basement. Well, take that back, until my cousin Tom moved in.
And Tom,
technically, like, we didn't share a room because he lived in the furnace room. We called it the FR. We moved Tom and we put a bed in there in the furnace room. And we took some old strips of carpet that we had and we just threw it down over the cement floor and we moved Tom in. It was great. Tom, I don't know if you're watching right now, but you'll back me up. That really happened.
Having Tom in your basement is like having a whole fraternity.
Oh, was.
So you got the full college experience.
I kind of did.
There you go.
With better food.
Yeah, you just didn't have to wear the shower shoes like I did.
I did not. Actually, with cousin Tom, I probably should.
Sure, you could stop watching now, but let's be honest, you want to see more. So click some of those links, or better yet, go ahead and tap subscribe. That way you'll catch more content from Local 12.